There's a lot I want to talk about because I just mostly want to see what Jesse's actual idea behind all this was, because of course we didn't get the full story. I tried to ask as many questions as possible so we could figure this out, but like I am kind of curious, like, well, and maybe we will run into it again, so maybe he won't tell us right now, but who knows? But I I am kind of curious to see what the whole thing was behind the cavern.
Yeah, the whole of what I know as a person versus what my character knows, and like all the avenues that I as a person want to pursue, but what would my character do? It's that constant inner battle.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm just distracted.
Everyone, welcome to our tea break. This is a time where we talk about the episode, where we talk about life, where we talk about future things that are happening, and kind of about the podcast in general. So hopefully you enjoy this time, and hopefully we can answer any questions that you guys have, as well as any questions that we have during this time. So yeah, let's kick it off with how you can do that. You can email us at rollingacrossthepond@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram. You can even send us a voice message through the link that is in our homepage. And hopefully at some point we'll start a Discord that will allow us to be chilling with you guys and talking about life through that. Yeah, I'm Jesse, your wonderful, loving, wonder boy. I'm not a GM today, so that's it. That's what I'm the host.
Jesse the Wonder Boy.
I'm the Wonder Boy.
Welcome back. We're now going back to Wonder Boy and the D&D crew. Take it away, Jesse.
There you go. Yeah. So, have you guys had any interesting conversations with people about podcasts, about anything surrounding what's been happening since we started?
Yeah, so I got my friend to listen to it, and she was really excited about it and told me, good job, because it's my first time doing it. So honestly, I'm not exactly sure how to go and stuff, but she was really enjoying it. And then I have another friend who was helping me kind of like figure out character design, because I'm drawing the characters, and she's familiar with drawing animal, humanoid type characters. So she was giving me tips on how to like draw that, and yeah, kind of helping me out on that. So been pretty good. I haven't had a whole lot of my personal friends to listen to it yet.
Yeah, cool. My wife isn't even listening to it, so, and I only talk to her mostly about life.
Yeah, but I did share the little character bios with my sister, and she was commenting on how she really liked how TJ's character and Goro's character, they're very like deep, and like she just loved like the real depth that you guys went to, Keith and Lee, like when you guys designed your characters, because there's a lot of like, as far as with Lee, he's like Goro's like inner turmoil and like father problems, and how he wants to be like this imposing guy, but he's really just a sweetie on the inside or whatever, like that. And then Keith wanting to be that helper, you know, just like, you know, always there for people and stuff. So she was saying she really liked at least your guys' characters the most as far as character development and stuff. And
very cool. Yeah. How about you, Keith or Sam? Lee will be joining us at some point in the night. If not, we'll miss him. But for now, it's the four of us. So yeah, enjoy our wonderful tones.
Can you restate the question again? I just want to make sure I stay on track.
Just what, have you talked to anybody about the podcast? Has anybody talked to you about the podcast?
I mean, not to call my siblings out. I don't know if they've listened to it. I have siblings that are 9 and 10 years older than me, and I'm always, in my mind, their dorky little brother. And so, like, my personal anxiety over the years has developed, and I'm enjoying listening to our D&D podcast. I enjoy what we're creating. I just don't like hearing my voice, and I'm trying to get over that. And then, so it's just like,
Same.
I have hesitations about sharing it just because of, like, I don't know, just kind of the idea of being really, like, nerdy in a bad way, but, like, our society has embraced this geeky culture and just being proud of my geekiness. And so it's just kind of a internal struggle I'm figuring out right now, but I'm totally happy to be part of the group. And just as we figure this all out together, it's an interesting kind of work of art we're creating together. And so I'm happy to be a part of it.
Totally.
Overall, as I kind of figure out my feelings about this. They're all positive. It's just, I have a lot of cringe as well. I always feel like if I put myself in an awkward situation, that internal cringe that you have, it's really strong with me. I even have trouble like watching The Office, like with the stuff that Michael Scott does. Like I have that secondhand embarrassment so bad. Like that's it. I'm working on it.
Sure, totally.
I only found out what I sound like last year. So I was like, wait, is that what I sound like? And my friend's like, yes, Sam. I'm like, really? So yeah, they thought it was hilarious because it had taken me, 33 years to figure it out. But yeah, But it sounds so different to the voice in my head.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
I have a wonderful, supportive, loving wife, but she grounds me so much. And for the intro, I wanted her to listen to the intro just to see if she could understand it. And she listened to it, and immediately she was like, "That's not you. That's not your voice. It's not you." And it's because I am super shy whenever I have a mic that I go into announcer mode. So I'm hoping over time I'll stop having this voice and I'll have my normal one.
You pull out your customer service voice.
Exactly.
So Gemma grounds you a lot then, Jesse?
Well, I get fun free time sometimes, but usually, yeah, I'm stuck in my bedroom.
I was going to say, is this why we don't see you at work anymore?
Yeah.
Nothing to do with COVID, it's just the fact you're grounded.
Yeah, you know, I get let out sometimes, but I'm okay. Let's talk about the episode. That was the last one, which is called Trust No One. I called it Trust No One. So
we shouldn't have even trusted the mouse, I'm guessing.
You shouldn't have trusted.
I was starting to kind of get that kind of idea just by the fact that he wasn't telling us anything helpful. I mean, okay, he told us about the hag. That was like the only helpful thing that the mouse ever said. And what was the name of the mouse that you planned out? Did you give us an... Because I know Hava asked at least 2 times, but I never had an answer.
Yes, yeah. Let me see. Go into my notes. Actually, I have notes about that rat everywhere.
It's a rat?
It's a mouse.
Rodent.
The rodent, that's it.
So it's a squirrel.
Yeah, it could be. You don't know. You haven't seen it. I did have a name. I'm going to have to look that up.
I'm still curious, so, you know.
Okay. You know, I'm going to say right now, that's not the last time you're going to see him.
Okay. All right, so you don't want to reveal too much.
I won't reveal his name yet, but that's not the last time.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah. Basically, these 3 episodes, the prologue was to foreshadow what's to come in the campaign.
Okay.
That's what I was hoping to prepare you guys for, and you did not disappoint me.
All right. So the only person that was actually the friend was the hag. I'm kidding. No, the hag was like trying to be friendly by telling us how to get out, but also was attacking us. So.
Yeah, basically. Okay, I will tell you right now, both the hag and the mouse are neutral. Their alignment is neutral.
Okay.
I'm not going to say chaotic or lawful, but they are neutral.
Choose your words carefully, Dungeon Master.
Okay, so
Yes.
I was hoping for probably a little bit more detail than you're actually willing to give, just because we are going into... I wasn't sure how much of this was like a complete side quest or more, like you said, like a foreshadowing. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming you can't really share much more than that.
Whenever you ask me, I will share what I can. But what did you guys think about it? You know, was it what you were expecting? Because you guys went into this, I'm going to kill this hag. I'm going to stop what's happening. I'm going to save these animals. And then what happened?
Leaf got very, very confused and very, very muddied.
Yes, literally.
Yeah, I think I died to mud.
Yeah.
It was basically the mud that killed me, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Well, knocked me out.
I think you got that one bite and then mud everywhere.
Yeah, and let's face it, I got bitten by mud. So
yes, yeah.
But yeah, so when the hag started saying that the constructs weren't her creation, it really confused Leaf, because at that point he was like, I don't know, should I slit this hag's throat? Should I not? What if she's nice? What if we've been fooled? What if... So I hesitated, and then obviously that was the end of me.
Yes. Yeah.
So, well, the end of me for that session.
Yeah.
So,
I'll also say you would not have been able to kill the hag.
well, you say that, but I like my knives.
So one of her abilities was when she gets hit with damage 10 or higher, she turns into a mud puddle, and she can move up to 10 feet in any direction.
So that's what she did when The
Yeah.
pot.
Exactly. She got hit with more than 10. She went into a mud puddle and she ran to the corner. 'Cause she had so much magic.
Y'all would have got wrecked.
Yeah.
That's why you kept hinting. You better go now. Come on, you better go now.
Well, no, I was hinting because the mud constructs were going to the zoo.
Oh, okay. So they were gonna like release the animals or something. Who knows?
Who knows? They could have stolen them. So what was your thoughts, Davida, when you saw the doors? Not Hava's, but what did you want to do immediately?
Well, I wanted to go in there and kind of investigate and figure out what kind of animals are in this zoo. Like, are they being like restrained because they're dangerous? Are they being trapped like poor animals that got kidnapped or whatever? Like, that's what I was thinking. Like, they're either, well, actually, I don't even think I thought they were dangerous. I thought all the animals in there were like captives, like
Right.
prisoners.
Sure.
That we needed to rescue.
Yeah.
And I figured that's got to be a key point in this. Like, we've got to rescue these animals because, and I was thinking the same thing with the mouse, but it seems like after talking to the hag and kind of getting her opinion, like how these are actually kind of dangerous animals, I was like, okay, maybe it was probably a good thing we didn't like release any of these animals because they may have attacked us, but like I don't know why they would have. Like,
Sure.
Yeah, so
Yeah. No, yeah. I want to make this clear for anybody who's listening. We do not dislike zoos. Zoos are not a bad place in a lot of areas. There are some not so great zoos that are mistreating animals. I'm not going to get into that. But a lot of zoos are great ways to keep species alive. And so this is nothing against zoos. It just makes sense. Animals in cages, prisons, make sense. That's it. That's all. I just wanted to put that out there. So before anybody says I'm a zoo hater and yeah. So yeah, what did you think, Keith, when you got to that door?
I found myself metagaming a lot, and I tried to regulate myself, and I found myself being competitive of sorts to the point where when I play board games with friends, when you play a board game with Keith, you team up against Keith. That's just kind of the general consensus. And so it translates to D&D of I want to understand everything. I want to see this world that you're building. I feel like I got to re-listen to the recording, but I feel like I got nitpicky because I was just trying to understand visually what this hallway looked like. So I'm like, okay, what's my line of sight? What's this? Do I have
Yes, you
advantage
did,
on
but
this?
it's okay.
And so I was just really just trying to figure out just all the little tiny details and trying to take it all in. And then just maybe some of my past Dungeon Master experience, I was just trying to figure out where you were going with this. I'm like, wait, who's the bad guy? Wait, why are there mud animals? There was so many plot, so many threads that you started laying out. I'm like, I don't know which one to follow. And it promptly put me in my place in a good way. I'm like, I'm a player. I'm just here to figure out this mystery as Jesse weaves it and then unravel more and more chaotic. And it's just like, even from the beginning, we're like, okay, ride the river. I'm like, okay, get this. A whirlpool. Oh, okay, I guess. Mud pit. Okay, mud monsters. What? So it got weird quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's definitely going to happen a lot.
So going back to your original question, as I come back around now, the door, PJ didn't know what was going on. I don't know what was going on. It was a dangerous situation. I was just ready to try to stay alive.
Yeah, that's fair.
it's probably a good thing we didn't split up the group for longer than we did because
Sure.
you never know.
Yeah, and the way my mind works is I'm already 10 steps ahead of whatever you guys choose.
Whatever we choose, because that sounds like a challenge.
Whatever you choose.
Them some fighting words.
Because it all connects in my brain. And if it doesn't connect, I will make it connect.
Uh-huh.
So, like, for example, when you first entered that hallway to go right or left, I let you choose which side you went, but I made sure you knew there was a right and a left you could have gone. And if you went right, and I can tell you this right now, you would have fought very quickly. Because that was where the mud constructs were basically sitting, waiting for you to go to. And when you didn't go that way, they started running after you. And there was a lot. You still would have had the opportunity, if you survived, to enter the zoo. Because that is the direction that the prison or the jail that the mouse came from broke through that area, and they broke into, and that's where the mouse was hanging. See that? You don't have to worry about that because it's gone now. Yeah, that's just a glimpse into...
Yeah, it was a good choice that Hava ended up coming in, because it took me a really long time to try to decide whether I should go into that room or stay in the hallway. I mean, it was probably a good idea because with all those mud constructs coming, I probably would have been dead meat. But like facing mud constructs or this like kind of crazy witch who like has her lair like attack people, like I'm just like, I didn't want to, me as a like person didn't want Hava to go into that room where Leaf just basically died because of a geyser.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't want to go in there, but that's why it took me a long time. I'm like, but what would Hava do? Would she go in there? Like, and actually, like, I was like, I guess she would have gone in if she got invited in, or like, you know, she would have been curious enough to check out the chamber.
Sure. Yeah.
But probably was a good thing because she probably would have got trampled.
Yeah, it would have been chaos. You would have been in a different initiative. It would have been crazy. And how did it feel, Sam, for you to, even though Davida was, or Hava was the one that found the lock, you were the one that figured out how to break it. Like, you were able to use your thieving for the first time, I think. And you looked very poised when you did it, you know? It wasn't like the, ooh, shiny Leaf.
Yeah. It was, for me, it felt like that pivotal moment where all of Leaf's training kind of was like, and this is why I'm a thief, sort of thing. Like, because for me, all I wanted to find behind that door was a stash of gold or something. I was like, this is where there's some sweet loot, and we're going to get that. So I was a little bit disappointed that it was the hag. Because I was like, I really wanted a new weapon or like just anything shiny. So, yeah. I really enjoyed that whole moment of getting through the magical lock, and then like I was a bit cautious of the thorns and stuff, just because I was like, "Oh, these can be magical too." But you didn't say anything when I started cutting them, so I was like, "Okay, sweet. They don't have alien blood or something. My hands aren't dissolving."
Alien blood.
Yeah. Well, you know, seen too many movies.
Sure.
I was kind of half expecting my hand to start dissolving. I was like, no. But yeah.
The whole time I did want to take your hand. The entire episode, I was like, should I do it? Should I do it? I can't. He died. I can't do that to him. Yeah. And I knew there was going to be a fight with the hag. That is why immediately I told you guys to roll initiative. Even though the hag was intimidated, it was there is going to be something happening. I just want there to be a dynamic ready. So I'm glad. I found it very funny because Keith was first and he was just like, what do I do? Like this, I don't feel threatened. I was like, are you kidding me? There's so much things going on.
That was the exact reason I know what to do, because there was so much going on.
Fair enough.
We needed to get information out of her before we, like, you know, attacked her.
For Kawaso ain't gonna do anything about that.
Actually, you know what kind of hag she was? She was a toad. Because
you know, with us all being kind of animal creatures, I'm just picturing a human hag, but of course we're all animal creatures, so I was kind of curious if she was some sort of animal.
Yeah, she's a toad. And the reason I had you guys roll wisdom save was because she was super ugly, and if you didn't pass your wisdom save, you would have been frightened of her.
Oh, Kawaso is resistant. I'm resistant against being frightened. That totally would have come into play.
Yes, that would have been huge. But you pass it anyways.
I was curious about those wisdom saving. I thought that might have been like a magical attack or something.
She's just really ugly.
She's just really ugly.
Yeah.
So funny.
What was like this was my favorite moment of the entire episode. And
you say when I die,
and what is the worst part of the episode that you found? You can either do one or the other or both. It doesn't matter. What do you guys think?
I apologize. Sorry, guy, focus split for a second there. Worst part of the episode. What was the other thing?
What is your view on the best of the episode, and what is your worst part of the episode? It could have been a moment. It could have been a phrase. It could have been
specifically from this most recent episode.
Yeah, from this most recent episode.
All right, I will think about it. I just want to make sure the parameters. I can wander for a while. I have the parameters.
Okay. Think about it. Anybody else have an idea?
Okay, for me, my favorite at least was Hava just taking stuff and snooping around.
Oh
and
yes,
just,
that was so good.
Not even caring that I'm right in front of the person.
Totally, that was very funny. As playing the hag, I was like, if she takes, because there was one thing in there that was like more precious than anything.
Darn, it was the box, wasn't it?
No,
What's in the box, Jesse? What's in the box?
I was like, what should I take? The box, the little doodads, or the bag?
But I didn't tell you everything that was there. There was a lot of loot. There was so much. Like, this lady's been going around for millenniums.
Yeah.
This toad. Yeah, but that was such a good moment of, okay, how as the hag do I play this? I could kill her. I could in a split second. I could do it. Do I do it? They haven't done anything wrong to her, so I guess I can.
Yeah.
Or at least Hava hasn't. Goro, if Goro started snooping, it would be a different story. But yeah, that was very, very good.
So now these marbles that you stole, they do different things. You only told us one thing that they do, right?
Yeah, they all do specific things, and I have a list of, I think, 24.
Oh, wow.
So we may see what they all do, and we may see what some of them do.
I know Goro was super excited to like throw a pyramid at somebody, but we'll see.
That one's very obvious. On the marble,
Yeah.
it has a pyramid in
It's got a pyramid on it. Okay, so we'll have to see what the others do throughout our journey.
We've got time. 6
Yeah,
months
you
to
got
a year, so
you got 6 months to a year.
we could have a game of marbles.
Oh no! Don't do that. Sam, did you have a favorite part, least favorite part?
Well, the hardest part for me was definitely lying unconscious on the floor, wanting to say so much to you guys. I'm like, I can't say this, I'm unconscious.
Yeah.
It's like trying really hard to actually stay in character and just stay quiet, and like there's so much going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to be involved in it. So yes, that was definitely the hardest part.
Totally.
But yeah, the best part was probably picking that lock. Well, destroying that symbol. Well, it was just like, yeah, it was just the highlight of being Leaf. Like, I felt like he managed to actually show his worth to the party. Like, no, I am a valid member of this party. My daggers may not kill things, but actually, especially with like the episode before where people had actually killed things and Leaf didn't really feel like he'd done much, just got very injured. So yeah, so it was kind of really nice to actually be useful. So,
Sure.
but
Yeah. No, I agree. It was a defining moment for Leaf, and that it did change because I wasn't expecting you guys to get into that room. I had an idea.
So we were kind of lucky to get in there then.
Oh yeah, hugely. It would be a very different story if you just went to the zoo. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it was fun. I liked bantering with the hag and chatting with her. I mean,
That
she
was
like
so frustrating.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was very good, but it was frustrating. I was just like, I don't know how to move on from here.
I know, you're like, at one point I was like, I could tell you were just like kind of done with talking to Hava, and you're like, what of you other guys? Like,
Talk to her. Tell her to stop talking. I don't want to kill her. I don't want to do that. Yeah, Keith, did something come to your mind? Did you figure it out?
It's such a nondescript moment, but I feel very proud of it. When I was one that was first in initiative, and I didn't know what to do, and I'm like, I wanted to ready an action. That's the situation we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
I felt so proud of myself because I knew exactly what I wanted to do in that moment. I know it took me a while to get there, but such a flip from being so unsure. I'm like, no, wait, this makes sense. I'm like, longbow out. I am ready, looking at the door, just like almost just like cinematic movie moment. Hand on the bow, ready and waiting. Muscles flexing, ready to shoot an arrow. Like, I felt so proud of myself. It's like, this is how I'm going to help the team. This is how I'm going to help the party. I'm not sure what else I'm doing, but I am sure of this moment. And I felt good about it.
And don't forget the stink eye. The stink eye you did with
I totally forgot about I forgot about that.
Look in there, stink eye.
I feel like it's like a month since we
That
last
was great.
recorded. Oh my gosh. Yes. That's what I'm proud of. Yeah. Stink eye.
Yes. The whole scenario was
So much has
perfect. It was
happened
very good.
since we recorded. Everything's blurring together. Yes.
Yeah. And the fact that we record and we don't release that week what we recorded, we released before, so we're actually we're talking about part 3 here, and yet we just released part 2. So yeah.
Right. So if we, listened to our most recent release, we wouldn't have been listening to the most recent episode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I had to be specific, because I was also going to say, Davida, with you playing your character where it's like you kick the crab and you throw the crab, it feels very barbarian-esque of just punch, kick, smash, throw. Like, it was very varied. Like,
Yeah.
I attack it and then I attack it again. It was very, very varied. And I like that about your character plane.
Right. And part of that was because I'm just not familiar with what these dangers are. And I don't feel like the sword was necessary. Like a little bit more playful where I'm like picking things up and throwing things and kicking things around. Like that's more of like a trumpet around and just like, making havoc that way rather than like, actually pulling out a sword and attacking or whatever. I'm so surprised that Hava did not get injured at all on this. Like she didn't get hurt at all. And so she didn't think there was any danger because she wasn't getting hurt. Like
Well, okay, so I have a question about that. I was gonna say when Leaf was knocked out, wouldn't that have triggered her a little bit?
feel like I don't know. Like I guess I didn't really process that, but I feel like Hava just didn't realize what happened or something. Like she was too distracted, I think, by what everything else was going on. And like I think something that doesn't move, doesn't say anything, whatever, is not going to draw her attention. It's going to be all the other stuff that's like,
Right. Yeah, that
makes
makes sense.
I feel like maybe that's why she just kind of like, ignored the fact that one of her company was just like, kind of out of it. And like, I don't know, maybe I thought he was sleeping.
Weren't we talking a little bit about like you discovering your barbarian is discovering your rage? Like we were still figuring out your backstory a bit, right? Am I getting confused like where your rage comes from? Is that something that we're like still discovering? I can't remember as much.
I think so. I think that's right. You don't know where exactly. You think if you know something's evil and something's going to harm you, that you will probably go barbarian, like full on rage.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I guess she did see that he got injured, but maybe she didn't like connect it to the hag. Like maybe something
happened. That's a good point. Yeah.
Maybe she didn't connect the fact that Leaf got hurt to the fact that, because it was a layer action, it wasn't her physically attacking him. Like she didn't physically attack any of us, or maybe she did, but with magic, and I didn't understand that. So like I didn't see her, so maybe Hava didn't really make that connection because
that's true. Here's Lee. Yay.
Hello.
Towards the end.
Yeah.
Hello, Lee.
Lee.
How's it going, boys and girls?
Lee.
How's it going? My days. I've literally just finished recording like a 5-hour
Whoa.
podcast, so I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Let's go.
Well, we've been recording for a bit.
Yeah, most of
I don't want to.
It's all good.
Okay, cool.
I have a pun. It's too good to pass up. Please pick me.
Okay,
Wait,
Keith.
You don't have to do a different recording. You don't have to separately.
Oh, God.
Separately.
No.
Separately.
Yeah, separately. No, no. We're gonna edit that out. I think everybody's kind of gone. I think for me, that moment where it did become metagaming for Sam and Lee when Davida and Keith went, or Hava and PJ went to the zoo, and then I say it's a zoo, and they hear animals, and then all of a sudden Sam and Lee are like, "Oh my goodness!" So then the animals. And then they're talking about it, and I'm like, you guys aren't even there. You don't know. And they're like, oh yeah, right. And we don't hear. Yeah. So it was very funny to remember that this is not just a board game that we're all kind of communicating it, but this is a story that we're playing characters in. I think my least favorite is always I will jump too quickly to the next thing. That is my least favorite thing, is like, I want us to get to a certain point, especially I wanted it to end last week. Like I wanted it to end so we can go into the story. Otherwise, I would have made some sort of interaction or even have the hag do a lot more damage. It wasn't right for the hag to be mean in general because her property was going to be damaged by the constructs anyways, so she was more concerned about those guys than you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but it just frustrates me that we can't like spend moments to have you guys think and talk and really plan out things, but also in a way that does echo this campaign, because there's going to be a lot of do than there's think.
Yeah, think and talk about it.
Yeah. What about you, Lee?
I murdered an old hag. Well, I tried to. Well, I feel like I was jokingly saying like I wanted to burn her like the whole episode. And when she like literally took Leaf behind the door, I was like, I'm done. This is it. This is not happening. Like, I got attacked by a freaking lion or tiger in the last episode. I'm done. Like, PJ has obviously got an issue with mud. I'm an issue by like getting a scar like now on my face because of this freaking tiger. So I'm already triggered. So yeah, going off was pretty interesting because it was kind of like, it's really interesting this whole like week writing like what our characters have done like since that incident. And it's like really cool, like how mine has been like Gora's really reflected on going like, holy cow, I acted like my dad in that situation. Do I really need to act like this all the time? And like, yeah, it's been really interesting like that. So yeah, it's been really cool. I didn't want Sam to die, so I was even more scared. I was like, well, we're joking all about like Sam's gonna die. And as soon as he was like, yeah, he's knocked out, I was like, oh gosh, no, this can't happen. Not on the first episode. You know, but you know.
Yeah, totally.
It was good.
Yeah, actually, now that you bring that up, does everybody kind of have an idea of what they've done for the past 6 months to a year for their character? Or are they kind of still, you don't need to share any of it, just an idea of like, have you guys been thinking about it? Is there some fun stuff that you guys thinking about? Or yes, go Keith, raise your hand.
I am feeling confident with how all of my level up stuff connects into the role playing aspect of it.
Is everybody else as excited or a little bit concerned about how to do it? Davida, are you getting along well, or is it?
Haven't figured out how to level them up yet. I mean, I haven't taken the time to do that. But yeah, I'll have to work that out because I feel like I don't really know what's happening or what's going to be happening within those like that half year or year, just because I don't know what my character, you know, I haven't figured out the level ups and stuff like that. So
no, that's okay. Sam, is any?
I'm still trying to figure out my archetype, and actually I want to have a chat with you, Keith, about that at some point, because I think from what Jesse was saying, we may have similar ideas anyway. So I've been meaning to message you, that time yet.
Oh no, I get you.
But
let's do that.
Definitely. So because I've got these really cool ideas for like my smoke grenades to actually have different properties or abilities, like healing grenades, stuff like that. But I'm also thinking about maybe starting to carry darts around with me instead of or with my daggers, depending on what I can get away with carrying as well as the grenades.
I was say that's a lot.
You know,
you're not Black Widow.
Yes.
I'm Black Leaf.
Yes.
So yeah.
I will change my name from Black Leaf to Black Lotus. Ha alternate personality.
Definitely.
No.
Yeah, I'm part of the Order of the Black Lotus.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Oh. There's secret agendas.
Cheap up my avatar.
Yes. It's been really fun. Like I've like hearing some of Sam's ideas with the grenades and stuff. Like we got to hang out before. Obviously the UK decided to go, no, we're going escape from LA. You're locked down again. So for us it was really cool to like talk a little bit. We didn't really talk about like how our characters like have grown. It was like the fact of just like where he wants to go, where I want to go. It's kind of really interesting because it's like you don't all want to, I feel like when you do parties, you want to kind of figure out your own character development. You want to do that, but also you want to play a certain archetype that you enjoy, but also you want to kind of benefit the group as well. Because it'd be kind of funny if it's like, hey guys, we all can heal now. We can't punch anything, but we can never die.
Yeah. No one will die, but no one will do any damage.
Oh, that's me all around.
We just heal things all the time. They never die. They just seem to get happy and then try and kill us, but then we heal them and heal ourselves. It's great, you know.
Well, I keep punching, but they keep get extra points. I don't understand.
That'll be my health grenades.
I was gonna say, instead of fighting them, we just make friends with them all.
Exactly. Well, we just got to charm them and do some charisma rolls and be like, we're best friends now. You don't need to eat me.
Yeah, that's not gonna work on some of them.
I feel like it should be like from Scott Pilgrim, Scott versus Evil Scott. We could easily make friends. It's perfectly fine. We'll just go for coffee next week. It's fine. You're good.
I like to think of it more of Pee-wee's Big Adventure, where he makes friends along the way, and the finale is all the friends he's gathered for one big old showdown.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, that's great. But it's been great, and let's end it here. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for all of you guys for being here. And you can find us on Instagram. You can find us on anywhere you listen to podcasts. We really are just having a great time, and I hope you enjoy the next part of the campaign, because the prologue is done. You guys made it. You survived. Well done.
Just.
Yeah.
Let's see if you survive episode 1. day's a celebration. There's carnival games, there's carnival rides, there's dances, there's you tell me what you want, where you want to go, it's probably there.
Just trying to blend in with the crowd as well and look like I'm just another person at a carnival that nobody needs to pay attention to.
And, getting pharmacists and, guys who know their stuff a little bit drunk so they can tell me their secret potion. I give them like 3 gold each. I think that'll be enough. If it's more than 3 gold, just walk away.
So you find a piece of paper, not a booklet, not anything.
Hava, let's go to this one. I got a good feeling. Kid, I grabbed the hand. I'm like, come on, Leaf, let's go.
That's not. Wait, PJ, what did you say? And I'm gonna like grab it and throw it at him or something.
Squirrel's distracted, so the box is basically there, unguarded.
I want to try and do this game. How much is it?
3 gold.
What?
Whoa,
All right, sure.
Behold the king.